Good afternoon, everybody. This your boy Oskino Fly, and we're doing another live reaction. I'm still trying to experiment this, and I'm trying to see how I can like finagle this. So I guess I don't know. I guess usually these live reactions I can call them the after party, but I usually do that for after. But I just want to look at some live reactions. This one in particular because this one caught my attention, and the only reason it caught my attention because this has been a long-standing point of can men and women be friends? And a lot of people's like men and women can't be friends because um uh, usually it's always like a girl. You see it a lot. A girl, she has a male best friend, and you know a girl, she has a male best friend, and the dude, I don't want to say he's jealous, but he's territorial. And it's just like, a lot of dudes be like, men and women can't be best friends because, he's always waiting for the boyfriend to slip up to have sex with you. Now, do I agree with that in most points? Yeah. But I also think it depends on the person. Like, I have a couple of females that I call best friends. It's just people, a couple of them I even call besties. A couple of them I'm cool with. It's just like, I've known them forever. So now, and I'm always been honest with this part. I say if they was ever be like, um, wanted to, get into relations or AKA have sex, I'm not going to turn it down. And the reason I'm not going to turn it down because, hell, that might be the one. Shoot, sometimes I feel like a lot of people, their soulmates are usually their best friends, or someone that's always been close to them, which is usually that female best friend. Now, some people it works for them. Some people it don't. Some people they don't want to take that extra. They don't want to take that extra leap forward, and some people they say fuck it. Why not? There's hell. There's even like old R&B songs in there, like "We Can't Be Friends" because I'm still in love with you, or one of my favorite songs, "Have Crazy," where they started as friends and then you used to laugh, now you get mad. Damn, I just want my friend back. And I can't even say I've been in a situation like that before with one of my exes. So, but I think it all comes down to if the vibe is there, what you take. Because sometimes some people don't know how to read body language or don't know how to read signs. It's just like so. I would say this through all the females that I know that I call friends is just like, and if they're wondering, and my answer was always this: if the vibe is there, if I feel like there's a vibe there where it can go forward, I will pursue it. But if it's not there, I'm not going to pursue it. But then again, I had to learn how to read body language just so I won't fuck myself over. Because sometimes when you want to jump out there, but it's probably not the right time, and then it's just so enough of the monologue. On with the video. Now, this video, and I believe I'm screen sharing. Yes, I am. All right, just wanted to make sure. Now, this video comes from Nectar, 160K subscribers, and y'all want to follow you. So, it's uh, two best friends fall in love with 21 questions? So, I'm hoping this one is more interesting than the whole Myron and Chien video I did because that one almost put me to sleep. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So, but this one it looked very interesting. So we're going to see. All right, let's go with the show. I like how they set this up, by the way.
After talking to your best friend, did you feel a spark?
Yeah.
This is gonna be a I'm sorry, this is a nitpick of mine. So I don't know if y'all usually look at my reviews. because, and this is just me being a film major and an editor and all that other stuff. These are the things you got to make sure. Um, if you're gonna put white legible on background, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's gonna have a struggle reading it. So you usually have black outlines for that shit. So if you ever look at some of my videos, I have black outlines just so you know when anytime when I want to throw something in there or when I like make a mistake and then I have to edit it, I make sure I have the white font with the black outlines. That way you can read that and it's legible. Like there's some spots where it's just like hard to read, but that's just the editing part of me. There's no you have to do with the video.
Hi, I'm Tatiana. I'm 23 years old, and my best friend is Adrian.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm 22.
Okay, and this is what I mean by like and I'm sorry, this is just a pet peeve of mine. So, I'm sorry. Notice this whole thing, right? And I think let me just back it up with Tatiana.
Hi, I'm Tatiana. I'm 23 years old, and my best friend.
Some of that, I don't know. It's just like that white blends in, especially like right here in this area. It's just like you could have used black outline fonts for this. Like it could definitely use some, or at least some strong. If there is black outlines, it could be a little bit stronger. Like look right here. See how this white blends in with this white? Definitely. This is why like most lower thirds they have like a border with a background behind it. That way you can read that and you don't have a problem reading it. Like shows in like Maury and Jenny Jones. That's why a lot of them have borders and outlines in them. But like I said, it's pet peeve of mine. Sorry, film major shit.
And is Adrian.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm 22, and my best friend is Tatiana.
We met 4 or 5 years ago in college. I remember he was getting his hair done, and I walked into my apartment, and he made fun of my shoes. But I was mad because he made me laugh. And the rest is history, honestly.
I think our friendship is very easygoing.
Anytime anything really good happens or anything really bad happens, he's the first person I go to tell.
So we'd actually love to hear a bit about that incident.
Oh God, okay.
We don't really describe it as an incident. We kind of just don't describe it at all.
This is like 3 years ago, so we'd already been best friends for a year and a half or so. I was on a break with my partner at the time, and he had just gotten out of a relationship.
And I think it was more so having each other and being able to turn to each other emotionally, or it's kind of like a point of oh, this is more comforting with you than I thought it would be.
Just one night we just slept in the same bed and literally nothing happened, but I remember we looked at each other and we were like, are we no.
First of all, you got to be that comfortable for you being the opposite sex to sleep in that type of bed. Now I've been in bed with women that nothing happens, so but it takes a lot of comfortability, because usually in order to get that has to be trusting. Like that's some real trusting shit to go through, because not anybody's going to share a bed with you, and if you're the opposite sex and all that other stuff. So but like I said, I've been in bed with women and nothing has happened. So there you have it.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. Nervous. We're good.
That boy is
I feel like
nervous.
this makes it feel more first datey in actuality. So it's just a weird feeling knowing that it's Tatiana. But,
Shoot.
they really keep the suspense going on.
I know, right? Like why am I nervous now?
No, I said the same thing. I was like, no.
They have similar styles. It's like the whole ripped jeans thing. Oh, flannel shirt. There's similar styles, but you could tell the nervousness just by like the way they're seated. It's just like I check the posture. He's like back. It's just like I don't want to make no awkward sudden judgments, and I know she just sit down, but I could tell like him is just like he's very. You could tell he's very nervous. He's just like anticipating every move or whatever. So let's get to these questions.
Not this being a real first date.
Please. I beg. I literally beg. Why are you touching me?
I mean, like,
You see, I think he wants it to be more than friends. It's usually the male that they pursue. It's when I think he wants it to be more than friends, and she's like hesitant. I think she might be with it, but you could tell she's very, very hesitant with it. Um, so let's see how this goes. I haven't even got to the questions yet.
Wow.
You
What
know,
kind of tea is this?
oh yeah, what kind
Because
of
I
tea is
picked
that?
mint, and he's allergic to mint.
You picked mint. You chose mint.
I thought we would have 2 separate cups of tea. I didn't think
So
it
you
was
chose mint tea?
Bro,
What if I
I
wanted to
thought-
try your tea?
Well, that wasn't gonna happen. Because I was picking mint. I didn't like the other one. What did you pick?
I didn't get an option because you picked.
I didn't.
Is this mint tea?
This is mint tea. He's allergic to mint. I really didn't think I was picking for the both of us.
It's fine.
One of
it's
us can.
fine.
Well, I guess it would be you pretending.
I'll pretend to say it's
Throw
fine.
water in it.
It's fine.
I think they should have been more clear with this. I think they should have been more clear with this. Is just like if you know he's allergic to mint. It's like I don't know. It's just you shouldn't. I think maybe she wasn't really paying attention that much. Most women don't really pay attention to much, but she knows he's allergic to mint. So I don't know. That's a little iffy. God, I'm sorry, jumping in and out. Like I said, I'm experimenting.
Happy first date. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're gonna say and why?
Yeah, because I have anxiety. I'm the type of person who thinks about what I'm gonna say in a voicemail, and I'm like, and then I have to hang up and call again and leave in the voicemail. So they just get the two.
You know that you can actually you can wait long enough and then listen back to the voicemail and then delete it and then re-record it. If you just hang up, they're gonna get your stupid
Yeah, they get
mistakes.
both.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just live with it.
I raw dog the phone call.
You rock dog conversation.
I raw dog the phone call. My mom's not gonna like that. Yeah. Before making it, no, I don't. I kind of just go in. I'm like, what are the objectives?
See, I need that type of confidence in my life.
I think you do too.
Yeah,
What item has the most sentimental value to you?
my dad's ring.
You wearing it?
Yeah. I like alternate because the tan is terrible. And then like while I was in Texas, everybody thought I was married, and that was a conversation.
Oh
Like,
my God,
it's
that
my
is
dad's ring. It's awkward. It's very awkward in a grocery store. So
What item has the most sentimental value to me? That's cool. Could you have guessed that?
yeah, I could have.
When I was 10, my best friend passed away from brain cancer, and everybody at our elementary school got one, and I haven't taken it off since. I wear it to prom, all my graduations, all the stuff. To me, it symbolizes walking with her and like her still being able to do all the things that I get to do with me. So yeah, I don't plan on taking it off every time. I'm gonna get married with this on.
No.
These are some light ass questions. So I'm wondering. I mean, you get to know obviously about her and a friend that lost to brain cancer, and hit his dad's ring. That's some very sentimental stuff. You would think they know this already, though. But I think this. I don't know if this is for us or for them. You would think they would know this already. It's like, especially if she always had that bracelet. It's like, I always see what that bracelet is. Does that bracelet mean something? I wonder how much do they really know about each other. Other than, but I'm still watching.
What is your most
I
terrible?
didn't like the giggle. Hold on.
Because I just thought it was funny. I just
Okay,
thought it was
go
funny. Especially like after we just talked about like death. But what is your most terrible memory?
Oh, well, if you'll rewind the YouTube video, I don't really think it gets worse than like finding out someone that close to you is gone.
Yeah.
Especially for both of us, younger than 20.
Yeah.
I won't speak for you, but you know, like this loss of childhood that inherently happens after that. Having to face tragedy that young and not even understanding who you are yet, not even understanding what the world is yet, not even understanding death yet at 10 for me, and then having to deal with it. I remember very explicitly like the day my mom told me, not that she was already gone, but that she was going to be. But I remember I like wailed, like cried, yelled, cried. And I still remember the sound of my own crying. So that's hard.
I honestly, I think I agree with you. I think attached to it is how my aunt told me, and the fact that I was the one, since I was there, that was delegated to tell my mom.
Oh my God.
And I had to call her. I had to call my mom over the phone and tell her. And just my aunt walked into the room. She had the phone in her hand, and she just walks in. She was like, I just got off the phone with Louise, who was like my dad's mom. And I was like, okay. I was like, is he still coming Thursday? She was like, no. That's the worst memory.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's pretty damn bad. I really know that.
Yeah. Can I get a second? Okay. Oof.
This is about as vulnerable as a man gets, especially about this. I'll probably be the same way if my father died. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. That's it. You know what I said? The love I have for my father is just like, it's up there. Trust me, it's up there. That man, to me, my father's the greatest man to ever live. So, knock on wood, but as I said, I'll probably be the same way, maybe even worse. I don't know, but
I'm gonna take a second and go.
God damn.
Here's one thing you need to do before you start your holiday shopping. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this.
Thank you.
Age. Hello.
I was just gonna wash my face super quickly.
Don't mess up that beautiful face.
Hey, Mark.
I can't remember who asked the last question.
I did.
Okay, word.
Most terrible memory. I'm gonna remember that one.
God. Sheesh. Have you ever thought or seen me as more than a friend?
There we go. There we go. Now we're getting into some personal questions between them two. Like, don't get me wrong, the last couple questions, they're really good, but this is where I think it starts getting good. So let's see.
I would say yes. Not to make it, I feel awkward saying that. Not like a bad way. I think we mesh really well. And I think a lot of the time I've spent kind of figuring things out past relationships. I've kind of grown to say, what do I want in a relationship? What do I want in a partner? What don't I want? And I feel like you hit a lot of those attributes. And I feel like it's a lot of me being like, what about Tatiana? And then me like, nah. Just because I'm like, would that be awkward? Like, are we too close for that?
Are we too far gone?
Are we too far gone?
Are we too far deep?
Ooh,
You answered that quickly.
It's hot. And did it?
It's hot in here.
It's the sunlight. It's okay.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie to you, this is so fucking awkward. But I'm glad he answered that truthfully, but I'm also waiting on this body language because they're still sitting back. I'm waiting for him to either sit upright or sit forward and see, because I feel like he has to be the initiator of this. But I need to hear. I'm kind of interested in her answer too, because I guarantee you, and I'm taking this as a guess, she may like him, but I think, she probably look like the ones that just, I don't want to be more than friends shit.
don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
Because it just never seemed like an option, Age.
That's fair.
It never, ever, ever seemed like an option.
That's
So
very
I
fair.
didn't let myself think about that for too long. But it wasn't like the secret 4 or 5 year long like pining after you either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the most overlap we've had when we were both single was like that 4 days.
That 4 days.
What I fucking tell you? What did I fucking say? Man. Excuse me while I go get my damn charger. But when I know how to read shit, I know how to read shit. Look at God. But yeah, like I said, God damn. I'm sorry. Whew. All right. Now we're back at it. Hopefully. All right. Now, what was I saying? Yeah. I fucking called it. Obviously, a lot of women, when they. You gotta, for those who, in my opinion, men, if you want to know how to get out of the friend zone with women, you got to do something to make them look at you as more than a friend. It's just simple as that. When they look at you, when you got to do something, when they look at you as more than a friend, or it's just like they look at you a different way, it's just like, oh, whether it's you having a new workout routine or you starting something new with your life, you're doing something different that you don't normally do, or like you take the initiative, you take charge. You just gotta you gotta put them. You gotta at least throw that in there. She's gonna look at you like, oh, okay, that's different. Wait, and then, I don't see him doing it yet. So, but I think he's been playing it safe the whole time. So, if he wants them to be more than friends, he's definitely playing it safe. He's not jumping out the window with nothing. So, and she's literally just keeping that window closed. He hasn't even budged from her posture. Her posture has been the same. And so has his, but like I said, if he's trying to push the initiative, he's not doing nothing to move the initiative either. So this is all I'm getting from her body language. I could be wrong, and I'm not a love guru and not trying to front like a love guru, but this is just shit I just pick up on. So let's keep going with the video.
Yeah, we were both single for the first time. At the same time, I mean. Horridly down under.
I talked about this earlier.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Horridly down bad. Speaking for myself, I felt like you were one of the only people that fully understood me. Mm-hmm. Even if you didn't agree with every single thing that I said, or like you just made me feel really heard and seen and understood at a time where I needed to feel seen and understood, because I was in so much pain and confusion and embarrassment. And I don't know, like a lot of guys, to be honest, like take advantage of that emotional vulnerability and try to turn it into something it's not. And you didn't at all. You were just there for me. And feelings are weird, feelings are complicated, but we were the only two people we hung out with for a week.
Yeah.
We got sick together. We quarantined together before quarantining was a thing. Yeah, we just spent all day, every day together for days on end. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not sick of him.
I feel like more for me, I kind of described it as us both being in terrible spots for like similar reasons, and like having that person you could like go to like emotionally and be like and talk about things to, and be like, oh, this sucks, this person sucks.
Yeah.
And instead of it being like so solution oriented, for once it was like, let's wallow in this, let's talk about this, let's feel our feelings.
Yeah.
And it just ended up just being us for like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice. And you're fun to cuddle with.
Today we're here to honor the legacy.
Salute to him being a gentleman. Because most dudes would have took advantage of that. Usually how a lot of dudes be getting most women, they get them when they're most vulnerable. It's like at their lowest, and then most people start looking at others, and that's how most people jump into a relationship when they're at the most vulnerability, especially when you just hop out of a relationship. And most people like how they say people the way to get over a nigga is get on to the next one, and that's how the whole cop carousel thing is. And he didn't do it. So him being a legitimate stand-up dude, you could tell this dude's a legitimate stand-up dude, and he's sort of no homo, but he's sort of I can tell he's sort of a teddy bear. And the only reason I'm saying that because I'm sort of a teddy bear myself, because I was, but it's I don't want to say this is looking at a mirror, but at the same time, it's just like me. Like I said, if the vibe is there, and I guess he's looking for the vibe, I jump on it. So I don't know if the vibe was there that he would jump on it. Maybe. So let's see if the vibe changes.
That's fun. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner and share a total of 5 items.
You have a lot of positive characteristics. You're very loving. And like the people you love, you care for genuinely. And
I just noticed they got the same dirty white Nikes. I just noticed that.
wholeheartedly, without question.
It's true. You are very protective of the people that you love. It's, as somebody that's been protected by you, that's an amazing feeling. Good characteristic for you.
You're really intelligent, and you use like being intelligent as like you don't make it to where people feel talked down on or condescended. I feel like you don't mind helping people get to where they need to be based off of something you can do better without them feeling like, oh, like I can't do this. Right. It's just like, okay, like, well, I'll help you.
On the note of you're intelligent, you are as well, but more specifically, like your breadth of knowledge fascinates me. Like, it is so cool. Because I used to think you were a know-it-all. And maybe you still are. I definitely used to think that about you. But I realized over time, like, you just know a little bit about a lot. And a lot about certain things for sure. But your capacity to retain new information is astonishing.
Oh, thank you.
Like, you are a sponge for knowledge. And it's one of the coolest things about you. It seriously is one of my favorite things about you.
You make everything feel light. Like you make life feel light.
Don't do this.
No, I'm serious. Like, I think talking to you and confiding in you is one of the best things that I have because I can bring something so heavy to you.
The feet, the legs. Notice I feel like this is our opening. I could be wrong. When I tell you I look at body language, I'm telling you I'm looking at body language. These feet right here, this could be an opening to something. And if he takes advantage of that, you see how comfortable she is? Because I feel like if she wasn't that much comfortable, her feet would be in this area with her other foot. But notice how the feet is like just in his zone. It's just like in his bubble. She's all the way in this bubble. Now, him complimenting her and all that, making her blush and all that other stuff, that was one thing. But the leg right here, this could be a start of something.
Something that's just absolutely like heavy on my soul, heavy on my heart. And like we'll sit and we'll talk about it. If I want solutions, he'll give me solutions. If I want to sit and wallow in my self-pity, like, you'll do that with me too. But I always come out of that conversation or out of any conversation with you where I feel like I either feel figured out or I feel like even if something's still there, it just doesn't weigh on me as much. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like you just make everything feel easier.
You're going to have 4 minutes of eye contact.
No!
Ooh.
Yes.
4 minutes.
Yes.
No speaking.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a friend that cannot look at someone for, and I'm not gonna say her name, but she cannot give you direct eye contact. She like you, but she cannot give you. Now it's something that has to do with her past, and I won't get into her past because that's why she told me. And the whole time, I always tried to work with her and with her eye contact. Like, and like, props to her, she tried, but it's just like it's so awkward for her to do that. And like, y'all don't like eye contact, and I'm wondering, this is where I feel like things might change because I also had another girl, and I met her online, like Uvu and Skype, but we was on Uvu. Shout outs to people that know what Uvu is. When I tell you, there was times when we talked and we talked for like hours, but there was times that she was just look at me, and I mean, look, she was just looking, like the eye contact was just strong, and she was just staring into my soul, and I was just staring at her back. When I finally got to see her in person and like meet her in person, we went to go see a movie, we went to go eat. And when I tell you, one of my best days, and I say this all the time, one of my best days ever, and we just could not let go of each other. So eye contact is really, really, really the deal breaker right there. So let's try it.
Laughed immediately.
It's not a staring contest. We're not allowed to blink.
Both legs. She's fucking cut. Both legs. Now I just need this brother to sit forward. If he really, really wants it, and he's the initiator, he would sit forward. But look at his head. I need him to untuck his hands. I need him to take a more dominant posture. So he's not taking a dominant posture right here. So I just need him to just sit forward and take advantage of this, take control of the situation if he really wants it. So, God damn it.
Feels weird. Picking it up.
In the beginning, I felt uncomfortable, like staring. And then over time, I just got more and more comfortable. And then it got to a point where like eye contact for that long of a period just kind of felt more natural.
I don't think I'm scared of silence necessarily, but I just thought it might be weird. And then I found myself counting. And then as the longer that I looked into his eyes, I forgot to count. And I was just thinking, like, what is he thinking right now? Like, why can't I read him? I thought I knew him better than this. And then it just flew by. Like the timer went off and I was like, wait, that felt like 2 minutes, not 4.
As the date went on, I got more curious about things. And I feel like now I'm more curious about things I didn't know I was curious about before I got here. And I can't really say whether those are rooted in romantic feelings or friendship, only because I feel like there's always going to be a connection with me and Tatiana, but now I feel more comfortable expressing that and kind of seeing what that might be like.
This is like the very beginning of considering each other as options. So I don't know, I think it would be a bit forward to be like, okay, now's the time, now that we've done this and gone on our first date technically, but yeah, I still think that we're at the beginnings of considering this idea. So I don't think it's the time, but we've set up a path for the time, maybe.
So you now have to make a decision.
Oh.
You can either go back in if you feel like you want to continue exploring this relationship romantically, or you can leave right now if you don't.
I'm sorry. See that? Black outliner. They didn't have this at first. Now they have it. You see what the fuck I mean? Now it's legible. Now you can read the shit. I'm sorry. Film it.
I feel like there's a true romantic connection. What are you gonna do?
Is it like a make a decision now type beat or? I feel more nervous when I got here.
I just want him to sit up. I just want him to sit up so badly.
Even if it's not 100% like romantic on either of our parts or both of our parts, there's still room to have that conversation, still being like fresh or like a new idea for the both of us. So I'm not necessarily thinking solely friendship, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
Let's go. She came back. She came back. Oh man, that was good on the suspense on that part. Let's go. All right, let's see where it goes from here.
The suspense is real.
Hi.
I thought I was gonna get a letter. I'm not gonna hold you.
I don't know. Does this mean that there's no letter?
I didn't read one.
Both of them stay.
Oh!
I was like, bro, they gonna send it out a letter or something. Jesus.
Okay, I was freaking out.
Y'all gonna hate me, but
I thought I was gonna get a letter. I'm not gonna hold you.
I don't know. Does this mean that there's no letter?
I didn't read one.
Both of them stay.
Oh!
I was like, bro, they gonna send it out a letter or something.
she's sitting up. She's sitting up. She's touching him. I want him to sit up. Just sit. Oh, this is bugging me. This is bugging. Just change your posture, please. Just change your posture. Oh, just change your posture. Just have a more dominant posture, but touch has been initiated, ladies and gentlemen. So this still this is still going somewhere, but sit up.
Okay, I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do when I saw you. I was like, if he hands me a letter,
Part of me was like, I swear, if she walks in here and hands me a letter and walks out, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't have done that.
So you chose to come back?
You chose to come back.
You smell yummy.
I still smell good. I'm
I'm sweating. It's hot. It's hot. I was nervous. It was weird. You want to know why? I know something shifted. Something shifted, I fear.
something shifted. I feel.
Let me tell you why.
Not his goddamn posture, I tell you that.
Because I missed you. I was like, oh gosh, that was nice. Sitting across from you,
Yeah,
asking questions. I thought I knew everything about you.
that's very true.
I heard stuff that I never heard before. It's crazy.
I was like, I feel like now I'm more curious and I have more questions that I didn't even know I had.
You know what did it for me?
Ooh.
Staring at you.
I said the same thing.
Because I
But okay. It's still giving out friend vibes. I'm sorry. It's still giving out friend vibes. It's still good. I hope they get together. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope they get together, but it's videos on stuff.
was like, what is he thinking?
I was like, I've
about
never
right
looked
now?
at her ass that long. Like, continuous, like, 4
I've asked that.
No, I didn't say that. But come on, let's sip of your peppermint.
You know what?
Hmm?
What else of your peppermint?
That was petty.
Come on.
All right, let's go. Oof.
A day. What a life.
What are you doing today?
Oh man, so other than the body posture, you know what? I wonder if there's like something that you would say. Where are they now? Or where are they now? It's like, did they pursue a second date or did they try to pursue a relationship? I, I, at the end, she looked like she was very interested, and he still was like nervous. So, but the I just wanted him to sit up, just sit up, just take control, like take control. Well, I feel like he was afraid to be dominant. Maybe I'm reading that wrong because he did play it smooth and like he was honest and he was vulnerable. But I wanted, and then like the whole thing, she said, "You got me with the staring," and then she initiated the touch. He did the touch thing back. So, but it was so friendly. It wasn't like I could see where this is going or something like that, or it's just like, okay, I'm looking at you as like more than a friend. The whole thing about, I just want to let me go back to the video, and this is the last thing I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna shut this down. But like,
Today to change your mood. Me, 30 minutes ago, I've taken this.
cannabis weed. Okay, most replayed. Look what.
Wow.
What? Look at the pasta. Okay. A lot of, I don't know if y'all caught this. Okay, this is from where it starts. All right. Her feet, right here. This was one of her feet, right here. So, this is just her sitting down, just like filling it out on the first date. And then this is where I feel like he should have took control, in my opinion. Not like, it's just like, if he really wanted to pursue. Because I feel like he still played it safe. And like her posture changed like many a times. So you got this to, I think it's right here. Like she's a little bit more relaxed here. You can tell the foot is like she's extended out her foot right here to where she's more comfortable, a little closer to him. And then that was the crying thing. And then right here. You got that. A little bit more relaxed.
Talked about
Just-
this earlier.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Horridly down bad. Speak.
Same pause.
Similar reasons, and like having that person you could like go to like emotionally and be like and talk about things too, and like, oh, this sucks, this person sucks.
Yeah.
And instead of it being like so solution oriented, for once it was like, let's wallow in this, let's talk
just
about
sucks.
this, let's feel our feelings.
Yeah.
And then ended up just being us for like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I'm
It was
looking-
fun to cuddle with. That was fun. Alternate sharing something.
Trying to get to the part where her other foot was. So you can tell this is where.
Really intelligent, and you use like being intelligent as like, you don't make it to where people feel talked down on or condescended. I feel like you don't mind helping people get to where they need to be based off of something you can do better without them feeling like, oh, like I can't do this. But it's just like, okay.
Look at it. Look at his foot right here. Yeah, 1 foot in. How close that is. It's like the more he started complimenting her, the more he was telling her about herself. You can tell she was getting real comfortable with him. Look, I could be wrong. Like I said, I could be wrong. Y'all can saying me wrong, but this is what I'm seeing. It's just like this is where I feel like he was starting to get with her, and you could tell her posture. She's a little bit more stand up. He's still a little laid back, but you could tell she's a little bit more straight. So I feel like she was getting real interested. And then look right here. Bam. That foot is all the way in there. It's just like all the way in this bubble. Then this is the shit I noticed when I'm looking at this. So, and then you get bam, both of the feet right there. Right here, I feel like this is where he should have like changed his posture. But I don't know if he was reading it or not. Like I said, I don't know how good men are with body language, and I had to read with body language. It's just like I feel like he had it right here. So I feel like all he had to do was either sit up straight or lean forward. And then like if he really wanted to like obviously they wanted to pursue it because they both came back. But look, you got from let's see, this is at like 13, 18 from here to basically like her foot being like planted flat to 13, 18. To look where the feet is at now. Like I feel like that could have been some pursuit in this whole situation where all you had to do was just sit forward. And honestly, I was cheering for him because he is a little teddy bear. That he was just cheering for him. And then it gets to the point where she was initiating touch. Look at it. Look at it. Got all blushing, all that other stuff. Take control of it. You got to take control of that.
He chose to come back.
I mean, this hug is cool right here, but it still look like a friend hug. It's not like I see you as a boyfriend. I see you as a boyfriend, a life partner hug. This is more or less I see you as a good friend hug.
I still smell good because I'm sweating.
I'm sweating. It's hot. It's hot. I was nervous. It was weird. You want to know why? I know something shifted. Something shifted, I fear.
Something shifted, I fear.
Let me tell you why. Because I missed you. I was like, oh gosh, that was nice. Sitting across from you.
Yeah.
Asking questions. I thought I knew everything about you.
That's very true.
I heard stuff that I never heard before.
I probably should have marked that. Obviously, there was part where he touched her, where she touched him first. I think.
The suspense is real.
Think it was right here. Yeah, look at her face.
I thought I was gonna get a letter. I'm not gonna hold you.
I don't know. Does this mean that there's no letter?
They're so awkward with each other.
Oh!
I was like, bro, they gonna send an owl a letter or something.
Right here. Okay. I'm not here. Right here. Look at it. Look at it. So come. Take a vet. Go get it, my brother. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. And like I said, I'm probably wrong. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Like I said, I hope that something, cool came out here. Let me look at the comments. Add an alternate. I have a hard time imagining a pair of best friends that would take part in this unless they wanted more relationship. I'm married to my best friend. It was cute to watch this. I believe they have a genuine friendship and impossible between people of the opposite sex. So this would be wholesome even if none of them walked into that room. Imagine your boyfriend telling you he's hanging out with his best friend, and this is the connection he has with his best friend. I love how you are mostly available. He can openly talk about his feelings. That's so rare, bro. Yeah, he was very vulnerable That initial cry from Adrian as Tatiana walked in and told us everything we needed to know. Yeah, she was cheesing. The love between two best friends is so rare and magical. The slow burning love built up throughout the years creates one of the strongest connections I've ever experienced. Reminds me of my wife and I. We were platonic best friends for a very long time. Knew each other since we were kids, like brother and sister, no romantic feelings. Then we opened that door, the possibility of being together. Now we've been married for 15 years and having 3 kids. Like I said, I've seen it where people start off as friends and then, they come more than friends. So a lot of people fight that, but sometimes this is one of the best. I think those are more long-list for lasting relationships because you know that person front and back. So I honestly don't feel like they'd ever start a relationship, and this is no way meant in a negative way. Their friendship seems so rock solid and so well balanced that I can't imagine them being as the amazing friends they are. I mean, oh look, there's me. He definitely should have, if I feel like he just needed to take the initiative and just sit up and I think, and I know a lot of people, I said a man's posture could tell you everything. Like, especially like some postures, it could tell you everything. So if a person sits up and has that more dominant, I think she will just look at him as more dominant. And then especially like if I feel like as a man, if you want to take the initiative, you control that role. So I feel like, he played the same, and obviously it kind of worked in his favor, but it still gave off friend vibes. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And overall, I think that was a good video. I like that video. I'm glad I saved it, and I'm glad I saved it for a live reaction because I wanted to get my live reaction. I saw this video and I was like, oh, this might be good for a live reaction of a video. So let me just save it there. So tune in next time. If I ever run into a video like this, I'm probably going to bring someone else on here. But I like the fact that I did this. And, this is, like I said, overall, like I said, can men and women be best friends? I say, yeah, but you got to be upfront with each other. And sometimes sometimes there are friendships that do, start off as very, very, very platonic. And then all of a sudden just develop into something more. I think when it gets to that point where you develop something more, I think you should be upfront. I was like, I feel like I see you as more than a friend. And I think a lot of people, sometimes they're afraid to ruin a friendship over something, but if you can't fight that feeling, all of a sudden you're attracted to them and you can't fight that feeling, why not shoot that shot? Just like I said, but only if the vibe is there. Now that's where I'm going to tell people, only if the vibe is there, you should shoot that shot. If the vibe is not there, I wouldn't shoot that shot. But if the vibe is there, and both of y'all just looking at each other, and both of y'all is just in that mode, then you shoot that shot. So let me know what you guys think. Till then, this is your boy Oskino Fly, and I am out of here. Peace.